Alright, here we go. This is a custom 1v1 on the new Simple between the red player on the left side. Once again, this is a bug. That is not me. That is WayWay and the Shark Chopper. Shark Helix. Sure, yeah, you know what, whatever, man. Shark Helix and his opponent, the green player on the right side, Akroz in the Steampunk Bomber, and we are here on new Simple. I never ever thought that I would hear myself say those words. Simple has been redone. This outpost is on an elevated platform now. That I think that's the only really big difference, besides the fact that mid no longer has sockets here at mid. But I don't think that the map has changed. Other than that, there still is no ledge here between the close and the forward on the right side. But we do have WayWay grabbing this outpost immediately with I think he actually pre-built fixers just to get that immediately, and Akroz also pushing Dillos over here to to that power station as well. Both players with Dillos in their loadout. I think WayWay actually has Hyper Dillos. I'm not 100% sure on that. AMANA doesn't. I'm not sure what Armadillo_01 is, but I think that's Hyper Dillos. But right now, you know, for all intents and purposes, they're not too much different. And Akroz actually going heavy with Patchers. Actually, 2 Patchers out on the field and 3 more in queue. So actually, I do think he will have the advantage. A lot of Dillos from both players and a lot of fixers here from WayWay, but there is so many Patchers here for Akroz. I don't see how how WayWay's Dillos can hold up to this humongously Patcher-supported army, and Akroz with that multi-bomb technique is able to pretty much clean up all of WayWay's units that have been delivered over here, and all of those Patchers are gonna just do a great job getting a lot of credits back from both the green destroyed units and the red ones. However, Akroz or WayWay is actually firing in here. And Akroz with bombs, trying to do a little bit of damage to him, but does have 4 creeps that he will be able to use, yes, to take this outpost, and actually does have it in his control, and has a lot of units over here. And WayWay is kind of running short on units now. All of them that he tried to use to hold control of that mid have been destroyed, and all he has are these 4 that have been set out here on you know, next to his power station, in I guess, you know, this standard mid fight between Simple, between the mid and forward on Simple. And Akroz with multi-bombs again misses because WayWay was able to grab that before he was able to drop them, but you know, just continually bombing. Those other ones are going to be healed up. But we don't have any low-level artillery on Akroz because he is going with that bomber, that double bombing style. We do have arties on WayWay's loadout, and that I think is due to they probably. I know this was a custom game, obviously, I think they actually deliberately played on Simple because this is the new version of this map, and because there is such short post-to-post fight distances, I think WayWay consciously went with arties instead of archies, which is usually chosen nowadays over archies by high-level players, just because that extra range is way more beneficial than the extra little bit of damage, just because of the set-it-and-forget-it nature of you know, sit-and-wait nature of artillery, and that is that, you know, you really just have to have position is much more important in that artillery battle than that little bit of extra damage that those archies will get you over those arties. Or those arties will get you over those archies. Why are they almost the same name? Maybe I should. Someone suggest that they should be different names. Because seriously, they look really similar too, man. They really have to have a better distinct look between those units. Just because archies look exactly like arties with that extra little sight thingy on top of their heads. But now Akroz actually doing a really good job bombing and clearing a lot of units here. Not stopping actually once more, but now has soldiers in queue. I'm assuming he's going to use these 2 to do a little bit of harass. Let's see where he tries to go with it. He will go to this. Oh no, he skipped that power station, and he is dropping them at the factory there. And WayWay is forced to come back here and respond. Although those jackals were there to defend, so he really needed to respond as quick as he actually did. But now Akroz landing is going to be able to kill this jackal for sure. And WayWay killing those soldiers. 8 soldiers wasted just to kill 1 jackal. I doubt that's worth it. Obviously monetarily, it's way not worth it. But Akroz did get killed on the ground there by WayWay's air-to-mech rockets, and now WayWay will be able to. Akroz is already respawning, so hasn't really been able to use that that kill to his advantage, that mech absent time. But was able to kill one single Dillo, almost getting killed. Had to turn and burn, but Akroz wasn't able to take advantage to kill those Dillos that he dropped. Obviously, right next to his outpost on simple. It's not on simple. Obviously, you're not really going to get that great of an advantage from units that were turned and burned, just because you can. It's such a short distance to be able to re-grab them. And right now, Akroz killing some. Oh, but WayWay taking advantage of that damage that Akroz put down on those neutrals, getting that experience. But Akroz with those patchers will get that salvage credit. And actually, that is exactly what Akroz is doing right now. He is going. Oh, but WayWay was killed over there by. I think he was just killed by these Dillos that were in front of him. But with all those patchers out on the field, every time something gets killed by WayWay, Akroz is getting a really great return on his units getting finished off there on the ground by WayWay when he comes back to the battle. But every single time that any one of his Dillos or even other patchers are killed, Akroz is getting a great return on his units, because pretty much everything that gets killed gets salvaged, just because he has so many patchers out on the field. And right now this Dillo gets killed, 2 get killed, and they're all going to be salvaged. There's 4 patchers sitting over here. WayWay now does have a lot of artillery on the field. Well, a lot, but I mean, just 2 artillery, another one in his build cube, which he is bringing out right now. That is going to do a lot of, actually make a lot of progress, I think, toward advancing toward Akroz. And Akroz forced to drop some Dillos there, just because those creeps were pushing up on that top power station. And right now he is just dropping for that salvage. Will bomb and get more salvage just for those extra credits. I don't know how worth it that actually is. It probably is fairly worth it, but if he can actually maintain that that multitask between the actual fight and trying to get some extra credits for that salvage and go back and forth. If he doesn't lose too much between going back and forth between those two, then obviously it will be worth it. And WayWay right now just kind of sitting here waiting for his arties to do their to do what they do, and they do neutralize that outpost, delight all those bulbs, and he has a bunch of jackets here to keep those bulbs down. And right now, not coming up with any infantry, actually, just waiting for creeps. But now Akroz, with a push from way back, and actually going at the top lane, also kind of splitting his push here now. He is really losing his footing on it, especially because WayWay has those arties set up to attack all the clump that Akroz has. But now all these Dillos are pushing up, encroaching on WayWay's space. They are moving and actually going under this bridge. Is this intended? I could have sworn this was not intended, but I think he set everything to T, which is kind of auto splitting all of his units, which doesn't it's actually really easy on you to just hit T a bunch of times instead of having to consciously count how many things you want to go to each post and via each path. And actually these are actually, I've never seen that. I guess they go this way. They go this way when they are set on Y, but now WayWay really trying to handle this, and Akroz bringing some infantry to this factory, which has been neutralized, actually completely skipping over that power station, and now Akroz has been able to take control of this factory and has a bunch of Dillos. Is not going to push any further than he needs to, and is trying to retreat whatever units he can back to that power station, and does save a couple of those Dillos from getting killed by WayWay's instant defense from his fort. But right now, but now Akroz has this factory very well defended. Has 6-7 Dillos in the area. I would expect more patches to go down as well, because that's pretty much what his style has been this entire match. But he is just queuing up bombs, gonna try to kill what he can. I don't know how effective this is gonna be, especially WayWay so close to his fort. Obviously, already saved those 2 Dillos, so that was just a wasted bomb attempt right there. It might even be more valuable around just to go for moneymakers, which actually WayWay has even one socketed over here, which usually gets killed in this mid-fight, especially against artillery. But Akroz going bombs, doesn't go for that moneymaker, goes for those Dillos, and actually is able to kill a couple of them. And now WayWay positioning artillery in toward that factory, just so he can kind of do 2 things at the same time: put damage down on these Dillos at the same time fight Akroz at that mid-fight. This artillery, this arty is still firing in, getting not contested at all. So and Akroz does see it, does drop a Dillo over there, and WayWay is forced to grab it and save that artillery. But right now, Akroz still doing that bombing, so effective, especially because it's so close to his outpost. He can just go from, you know, just run in circles, getting killed there by WayWay. But you know, in that meantime, because WayWay was pushing up so close to that factory, Akroz could pretty much just circle over his outpost to continually drop bombs. Now finally respawning, bringing 2 creeps. I don't think this is going to be enough to retake that outpost. Actually, it might be. That bulb did get knocked down by those Dillos sitting next to it, and he has been able to retake this factory. Whether or not he'll be able to keep it is a different story, but he has been able to take it for now. Wow, look at all that fire going down. 1 bulb already down. And Akroz now queuing up soldiers, defensive soldiers, and will probably be able to hold this for a little while longer. Oh, there's a lot of pressure going down by WayWay. All those extra infantry. Akroz trying to bomb what he can, trying to defend as much as possible, but there are a lot of units over here from WayWay, a lot more even that he can use that are sitting defensively for his fort. 3 bulbs down, it does go to neutral, and Akroz will lose all of his units over here, is going to be forced to retreat back to the mid, and almost getting killed actually in the air by WayWay. And actually ran out of energy, but now he is here at the mid and still has fair control of it. WayWay doesn't have that many units in the area, and Akroz will be able to defend fairly well, especially with that bomber, and has just more creeps. Will try to retake this, but no, it's not really going to get too far. There are 2 bulbs up, and right now Akroz does kill a Dillo though, so you know every little thing, but I think he's going to get finished. Yes, he will get finished by WayWay. He did get finished by WayWay, and now we are almost at the end of the halftime heals. That credit boost, so each player has been gaining a lot of credits in this last minute. Akroz still not respawning, but WayWay pushing up fairly heavily with all his units, not leaving any to defend over here, will be able to take this mid. And now Akroz forced to deal with extra distraction Dillos sent to his fort. And that will give WayWay, who's sending more, by the way, to keep Akroz busy while he further secures this mid. But this is completely gone for Akroz. Akroz now is in the position that WayWay was just in a few minutes ago. Fighting between his forward and his mid, and actually a lot of Dillos going. WayWay not really stopping, putting pressure on Akroz, and Akroz doesn't have anything defending this power station over here. There's already a Dillo, and he has to deal with these incoming Dillos to his forward. Does drop a Goliath, so I do think this will even be enough. He doesn't really need to sit here and maintain it. He really should go back to the main battle right now, which actually WayWay has been able to drop a lot of Dillos, neutralizes this power station. I don't think Akroz is going to be able to retake this. He doesn't have any infantry in his queue, doesn't have any creeps in his cargo, so even this factory is getting neutralized. So WayWay doing a really good job pressuring pressuring Akroz all the way back to his fort. Even though that factory is surrounded by Dillos and is unlikely to be captured by WayWay, WayWay is almost definitely going to be able to take that power station, putting down a lot of damage here at this front door. And Akroz not queuing up any Seekers, not trying to handle this, is just trying to take this power station back. And does kill a few Dillos, so he's getting a little bit, not gaining ground, but taking a little bit of ground away from WayWay. Bombing WayWay, obviously going to be able to save those in time. Akroz just trying to kill some stuff, but WayWay is able to produce much more and bring up stuff way faster than Akroz can kill things. And Akroz has a bunch of creeps walking in, so that won't be anyone's power station anytime soon. And Akroz just trying to do bombing runs, but WayWay really needs to just bring some soldiers up there. He only has fixers in his loadout, and now also producing Goliaths, has 4 creeps in his queue, so he will be able to take this. Akroz trying to drop what he can, but this is 2 bulbs up for red. 1 more creep will go in, so it will only be 1 bulb up for red. Akroz not bringing more creeps. I really would think that, WayWay is actually queuing up probes right now, so he will be able to take this. I don't know if he'll be able to hold it there. We do now have a Goliath push coming up for Akroz. Akroz dropping the creeps on the weak side, that undefended side of that outpost, but WayWay so fast to react, dropping Dillos in the right spots, and dropping the defensive probes already. However, they're is this a pathing bug right here? These Goliaths are stopping right here. This is not good. And Akroz with the ellipses, he is very confused. These should go all the way over here. The pathing is a little bit messed up right now. This is new simple. I wonder if this has been reported. Akroz, if you didn't report this, you really should have. But he just had to ferry the Goliaths up 1 step. Unnecessary, yes, but able to bring those Goliaths there to the fight, and so now WayWay is forced to retreat his Goliath as well. And so this will be surrounded by Akroz's Goliaths to a fair degree. And he doesn't, but, you know, not queuing up infantry, not bringing creeps over manually right now, so he's just concentrated on getting a good units around. Now does grab creeps, will be able to grab this outpost once again, and WayWay almost killing this Goliath. Oh, not almost, actually. I really wish in spectator mode you could see health bars, that, you know, okay, you can't see health bars in-game. I get that. I understand that. I completely agree with Carbon's decision and design on that. However, during spectate mode, it would be super awesome to see mini life bars or those little rings or whatever. Or, you know, maybe I could even, like, click on a unit and see something like that. Anything like that, just so I can have a little bit of better indicator besides that smoke that is a little bit ambiguous. I can't, you know, I can't actually pick up these units because I'm not in the game. Only in spectator mode, that would be nice and helpful. However, spectate mode is obviously not that high on Carbon's list. Right now, they are just trying to develop as much as they can, add as much content as possible, and well, we are kind of far from leaving the beta stage, but right now it is a little bit of a lull in the action. Each of these outposts, we are kind of finally hitting. I don't know. We almost hit a late game stage there while Akroz grabbed that forward power station, or that close factory. Of WayWay on that left side, but right now we are kind of resettling into a mid game where all the outposts are defended. We do have lines of defense, and WayWay trying to bring some Dillos. He has 3 Dillos that he did drop, and Akroz is just going to take care of that so fast with his bombs. And already a level 10 bomber dropped for that melee. Only 1 shot got into his fort, but now we do have a little bit of pressure coming up here by WayWay, and Akroz just bombing. That Goliath won't be killed anytime soon. He doesn't really need to worry about that. So this extra ledge is a little bit helpful for you know, balancing simple just a little bit. I mean, you know, it is obviously far from being symmetric, but right now, you know, that ledge up on top, or that extra high ground with that power station now on high ground versus being on low ground before, is just another step toward balancing this map. However, it is still extremely tiny and extremely linear, and is pretty much, in my opinion, only viable for 1v1, if that at all. However, it's still one of the most popular maps, just because it's kind of really straightforward to play on. You just need to push forward as hard as you can. Very, very linear. And right now we are settling into a fairly standard mid-fight on this map, but WayWay with a big line of Goliaths here. There are 5 Goliaths sitting over here as opposed to 2 sitting here for Akroz and 3 sitting, so they pretty much are the same amount in terms of Goliath count, but now we do have a Bertha coming out for Akroz, and that is the humongous difference. Now we are in the late game. No Berthas for WayWay in his loadout, and not just the extreme range or health, but the extremely high damage that Berthas rain down on units is that humongous advantage that you do gain by grabbing that late game artillery versus an early game artillery like WayWay has right now. However, you're making that humongous line of Goliaths. Another one did go down, so we do have 6 Goliaths here with a Dillo, strangely enough, sitting right there in between them. But we do have 6 Goliaths here tanking all that damage from those Berthas, so I wouldn't be too worried if I were WayWay, and I doubt he is as well right now. But we are in a normal mid-fight without the sockets here, which does give a little bit of more balance, you know, not extremely favoring the person that has the mid, so you know, they can't socket next to Moneymaker or Generator or whatnot, or even a Lunchbox. But now Akroz trying to save his Goliath, getting heavily under fire by all the ferry down Goliaths by WayWay, but now we do see the you know, that other problem that we normally would have had if we were at this outpost, where we do have the high ground that is a little bit difficult to fight. But if you look at this tiny area right here versus this larger area right here, obviously it's still not that close to being symmetrical, although, you know, the addition of the high ground. Now Akroz gonna get killed on the ground by those air to ground, or excuse me, air to mech rockets, and Akroz with the what? I don't think he really expected to get hit by those rockets. I think he expected to be blocked by his friendly units, but now WayWay has been able to clear all the units on the left side of this power station, pushing Goliaths, pushing is the wrong word, but burying Goliaths to the other side, and dropping Seekers just for that extra little bit of heal. But now Akroz with a mass of Berthas, a mass of Goliaths here. It's probably going to have a fairly easy time holding the line here. Needs to obviously bring these units out of the Goliath's firing range, and actually just does finish doing that. Only a couple units were killed, but with a couple artillery over here, and no artillery up here for WayWay, so now those Berthas are just gonna completely completely destroy everything sitting over there for WayWay if he doesn't move out anytime soon. And he is just going to try to continually micro-heal everything by picking them up. Yeah, it is quite a challenge, especially against how many Berthas does Akroz have on the field right now. He has 4 that I can see, and he has just so many. Look at all those Patchers. Patcher spam is actually really effective once you hit a good number, just because they heal units up and they heal each other up. So you know they're kind of self-sufficient in that if you have a mass of them, they heal other things and they heal each other. But right now, a lot of Goliaths still on the field for WayWay. He has not pushed out yet, just continually producing fixers just for defensive purposes, just to keep those bulbs lit. And now Akroz doing bombing runs, probably a really great use of his time right now. Now WayWay is obviously not really catching on to this. He does see a green dot on his minimap, but right now saving his Goliath are much more important than saving whatever meager units he has saved at mid. But right now Akroz is aware of the unit concentration at mid. He can even probably push out right now with a couple of those Goliaths to that middle outpost. And I'm not really sure what he was laughing at. If you guys can enlighten me, I guess I might have missed something. But right now, he can push a little bit to the mid outpost. I guess he wants to clear this last Goliath first, but now WayWay did catch on to that bombing run. He is going to be able to heal this up and will be able to split his attention now that he is 100% aware that Akroz is just trying to do that whatever damage you can put in the amount of time that you're kind of at a stalemate kind of thing that he's doing with those bombs and running back and forth. He will be able to respond to this. He does kill a Dillo though. WayWay did not catch that. But however, the Dillo very important in this high tier unit fight. But now Akroz gonna go for some harass. Gonna probably be able to kill this. Does not continually go for more. Just trying to Viking dance up and down. But against the Helix, it's really dangerous. But WayWay does retreat off. And does land. Does get finished on the ground by WayWay. However, this in the meantime, because he hasn't been able to babysit, this outpost has been neutralized by all those Berthas sitting over there. I still think, personally, that that outpost should not be able to be fired on by artillery. I know there's a lot of differing opinions on that. That is where I stand. If you don't stand there, then please don't argue at me, but I'm just sharing my opinion. I don't think that artillery should be able to hit outposts. It just kind of... It's a little bit broken in my opinion, I guess it's the only reason it might not be broken is because you can just kind of retreat your units away from the front of your outpost. So it's like, okay, so what are the artillery doing at that point? But you know, I really think there should be a little bit more mechanic in place just so that doesn't happen, and just so artillery can't rain down on outposts. Fine, debate that. Yell at me if you want to, I don't really care. But right now, we are still at a fair stalemate. The one big difference still is that Akroz now has an additional Bertha from my last count. He has 5 on the field, you know, and he is producing another one. He is making more, but, you know, on this tiny map, we are already in overtime 1, so they do have that, I don't know, plus 20% over and over again each quarter boost. I'm not really sure what the exact number is right now, but they are still even power stars. Akroz with so many Goliaths and Berthas out on the field that he can't really produce that much more. He is at -1. He really needs to either sell some stuff off or throw some stuff away. He doesn't have too many credits, so it's not like he really needs to throw away stuff for power to be able to spend his credits. But he is getting there. Once he gets, now he is at less than 100 power. He will now be struggling to do something. So at this point, he can't create any. Oh, but right now, WayWay is pushing out. I think at the most inopportune time. Once it is at this point that Akroz doesn't have anything to do with his units. So actually, WayWay could even wait it out Akroz, because Akroz with no more power would have had to spend his units somehow. And one of the most major ways to do that is to just throw units away, not necessarily throw them away, but, you know, use them as effectively as you can, and let them die. But right now, WayWay pushing up very heavily. Akroz with his units way out of position. He really needs to, that retreat outpost command, or retreat to fort command would be really great. But right now, WayWay with way too much gear at this fort will be able to take this victory over Akroz in this custom 1v1 on Simple. Looking at the final tallies, you know, WayWay with my name on his stamp, but this, guys, this will be fixed. DevKen did say that he probably knows what is causing this and will be able to fix this by next patch. So don't bump my thread, like I said yesterday. But right now we do see that WayWay did get went positive for and Akroz did go -5. Obviously, with all that Viking dancing that Akroz tried to do against the Helix was not super effective. Got killed, I think, 3 or 4 times in that method, trying to land and just getting finished on the ground by WayWay. But you know, very even scores. Akroz was even a little bit ahead, even though he lost that. But you know, just with those great pushes, that great micro with that chopper Helix, with that Helix, being able to move those glides around so fast, WayWay was able to you know, push up to that power station after he took that mid and do that final procession toward that fort and get that kill on Akroz. If you play an epic game, if after any games that you play, you go, man, that was super awesome. I wish more people could have seen that. I hope more people spectated that. Well, guess what? Just send me the replay and I'll cast it. RUI0x@gmail.com or RUI on Steam. Drop into Steam chat, AirMech chat, and I will, if I'm there, usually I am during the day, I will talk back to you. Add me on Steam if you want. Why the hell not? Okay, guys, this is RUI, and that's game. See you next time.